We talk about assets. We talk about what we are as a sum total of our assets, and that's very, very true. But what's more important to understand is along with our assets, we have liabilities. It's equally important to know what your liabilities are, because all they will do if they're not dealt with is diminish your assets. So when you look at assets and people, you have to have a corresponding liability. Nobody can go through their life just looking at why their life is perfect, because then the first chance that they have to excel at something, if they are met with resistance, what will probably happen is they will continue to fail. So it's got to be a combination of you are what your assets are with complete clarity of what your liabilities are. Most people don't spend enough time trying to strengthen their liabilities as they do with trying to strengthen their assets. But it's just as important to know what a liability looks like in order to be able to turn that liability into a positive asset. And what we become does become a sum total of both of those. When we have insecurities, when we have things that we worry about, they're generally over in the liability side. And if they kind of drift over into the asset side, what ends up happening is they take away from some of the assets. And that's something that people can't afford to do. You've got to balance the assets and become what those assets are. But the key is to strengthen them. You already are your assets, whatever they may be. That's pretty much what you exist in the moment. So what you got to try to figure out is, how do I diminish some of the liabilities that make me not want to be able to strengthen those assets to the degree that I can? But how do I equally make my assets stronger and more valuable, not only to myself, but the people, the stakeholders in my life? And if you can become a product of just your assets and work on liabilities so that they become diminished and they become more of an asset, then you get the road to success. Nothing will stop you.